Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday School here on Humanizing the Headset. Today, I wanted to talk about 911 open lines and hang-up calls and why it might be important to dispatch someone to those calls if your agency doesn't do so already. It's estimated that around 80 million calls made to 911 each year end up being accidental calls where no emergency is present. This winds up giving 911 dispatchers a false sense of security when it comes to these types of calls, where you can clearly hear the shuffling noises of someone's pocket. No one is talking into the phone, and it appears the call was made in error. However, I can tell you from firsthand experience that these somewhat mundane noises, even in the absence of sounds of distress, don't always mean that there isn't actually an emergency. Last year, I took a 911 call where all I could hear as soon as I picked up the line was a TV playing loudly in the background. A few times, I could kind of hear some other ambient noises that I couldn't quite make out, but really no sounds of distress. With the agencies that I work for, it's policy that an officer be dispatched to every single open 911 line or hang-up, even if nothing is heard. Because of this policy, we ended up saving a life that day. The caller was having chest pain and went into cardiac arrest as soon as they dialed 911. My officer arrived on scene, started CPR while an ambulance was en route, and the patient ended up surviving. If we had just chalked it up to another accidental pocket dial and not sent anyone, I'm sure the patient would have died as they were alone in their apartment. Some agencies have differing opinions on this because it could definitely be considered a waste of resources to dispatch someone to every single accidental call. Again, 80 million accidental 911 calls in the US every year is a lot of first responders running around for no reason. But I'm sure my patient would say it's definitely worth checking every single one, just in case even one of them actually does need help. Obviously, you should follow your agency's policies and procedures, but if you think your agency should consider handling these calls differently, talk to your administration and see what you can do.